A doctor pulled a white sheet over my head and declared me dead. I was 38. I gave. That's not the whole story. It's one moment in a chain of them. And it all comes back to a stranger in the front seat of an Uber who had no idea what she was actually saying to me. Here's something most people don't know about my stroke. Most survivors lose function on one side, left or right. Doctors see that constantly. Nurses see it. Physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, they all have a playbook for it. My stroke was systemic, full body paralysis, both sides gone at once. That's not rare, but seldom enough that the first hospital couldn't take my case. Neither could the second or the third. It took 4 hospitals before they found one with a bed equipped to handle someone in my condition. 4 hospitals. Sit with that for a second. In my case, the doctors weren't gentle about it. If I'd somehow made it home in that state, they didn't expect me to survive it. Somewhere in that bed, something in me started to shift. I was more attracted to scripture. Nobody told me to. It just happened. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what called me. I kept trying to decode my 3 doors, what it meant, and all the hardships I was facing. Came to find out after further digging that it was more of a spiritual awakening. I didn't I didn't even know that's what it was. I just knew I had questions, a lot of them. Then the losses started stacking. I had to relearn how to speak. Words that used to come without thinking, I had to rebuild them from nothing, piece by piece, sound by sound. My daughter was facing all of this I'm about to explain. Her papa passing away before my stroke happened 2.5 years ago. And my stroke, and then after me getting discharged, my brother passing away. I couldn't hold her the way I wanted to. I couldn't talk to her. I, I was overjoyed and completely helpless in the same breath. Two feelings that aren't supposed to fit together, but they did. Over time, that changed. I got to see her more. I got to be present in a way I couldn't be at first. But that first stretch, not being able to reach my own daughter, that stays with you. Right. And then my license was gone, just taken. No car, no independence. If I needed to be somewhere, I needed someone else to take me there. That hit harder than people expect. Because losing your license isn't only about driving, it's about not being able to provide. I couldn't work the way I used to. I couldn't carry my share financially anymore. And that took a real toll on my marriage. One more weight stacked on top of everything else that was already straining. If you're recovering from a stroke right now, hear me on this. Losing things is almost the norm. Bankruptcy, your license, your independence, sometimes your marriage. None of that means you're failing. It's a complete reset. And you rebuild from there, piece by piece, the same way I had to rebuild my speech. But let me bring you back to the Uber because every appointment, Every physical therapy session, I needed one. And one night, sitting with everything I'd already lost, I prayed for something simple. I asked for a sign, anything, something to tell me I wasn't just asking my questions into silence. The next day, I got into an Uber. My driver and I started talking about my stroke, about physical therapy, about why I was even in that car in the first place. Then she said something I wasn't ready for. She told me, "You're like a billboard. Most people drive right past a sign, they don't even see it. But the people already searching, the ones asking if there's more to this life than just this, they read it every single time." She wasn't talking about advertising, she was talking about me. 24 hours. That's how long it took for my prayer to come back to me, wrapped in one sentence from a stranger who had no idea what she was actually answering. If this is landing with you right now, that's not an accident either. Hit subscribe. I post every week. 4 hospitals, a ventilator, relearning to speak from nothing, a marriage under strain, a license gone. That's what led me into that Uber that night. And all it took to answer months of silent questions was one stranger, one sentence, in a car I didn't even want to be in. You don't need a hospital bed to start asking the real question. But if you're already asking them, you're not talking to yourself. Someone, somewhere, is listening. Subscribe if this hit you. Tell me in the comments. Has a stranger ever said something that felt like it was meant only for you? I read every single one. I didn't see that sign coming, but I read it anyway.